50 index rose almost 1% in the month of August, following a solid reporting season, although there is operating uncertainty amid recessionary risks. To discuss the season just ended, I'm joined by Jarden's Director of Equity Research, Adrian Allbon. Adrian, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, Madison.
What companies stood out to you this reporting season?
Well, I think definitely A2. I mean, they executed a pretty strong top-line recovery in amongst some pretty difficult conditions. And they also, to signal some of their renewed confidence, they also went with their first sort of capital management bite, which is interesting. I think Freightways is also an interesting one. Is always sort of deemed a bellwether, and those results were consistent with what people were expecting, but they've also executed quite a targeted acquisition in Australia to expand on the express packaging side there. And then within the Gentailers, Contact provided good clarity on its growth, so that was nice to see as well.
We know that COVID has been the major issue for companies over the past couple of years, but what other new issues are they grappling with now?
So I think that's right. I think what we are starting to see right now is while there is still operational uncertainty, the direction of that certainty is more certain, if that makes sense. So a good example would be Fisher & Paykel Healthcare, where they are now firmly in a sort of a headwind process of COVID following like a tailwind process. So I think that's kind of what we're also seeing now is because of that, we're starting to see a better use of funds by companies. So capital management is also coming sort of back onto the radars in sort of 3 or 4 different forms.
And we did see some more forward-looking guidance from companies this season. What does that possibly suggest to you about the operating environment that they're in?
I think, that's an interesting point because like about 14 out of the 35 that we covered did provide guidance. And what's interesting within that is 6 of those companies sort of reiterated longer term targets. So I think again it comes back to the point that generally companies are well capitalised, and we're starting to see the direction of even those companies with uncertainty be much more kind of easier to sort of put plans against.
What do you think is going to be really important for executives and investors to consider in the year ahead?
Well, I think like treating a balance between managing the near term but not forgetting that they're managing a company for the long term. So I think we are starting to see good examples of that. Like Fisher & Paykel yesterday spent $275 million buying a big parcel of land for a parcel of land that's going to serve them 20 to 30 years out. So there's a good example, even though that company's doing it tough on the very near term.
Thanks so much, Adrian.
You're welcome.